just broke up that crew.
Which crew? What?
You know what I'm
you?
saying. You know what I'm saying. I accidentally opened my mouth.
Yeah, I know what you're referring to.
Yeah,
so,
so
Captain,
between you,
so
X, and all these guys that joined.
It's like, so you're...
Exactly.
No, nothing.
And the
Oh, I
party's
was just
public,
wondering.
so
I was just
no
wondering if
chat.
you'd mind if I dated her.
No more chat like that shit when Kykax comes in this party. I don't want to hear anything about new crews breaking up.
No. That's why I asked you who was here before I opened my mouth. I wouldn't have done that.
I've got my priorities straight.
I didn't do that on purpose. You know that.
No, I know you do. I know.
I felt bad because he's a cool dude.
That's what I'm saying to fucking Boosty and the new guys in this new group. I'm saying you need to tell the people who you are not asking to join you now. You need to tell them out of respect for them. Some of these guys are fucking 50 years old. They're not kids. It's a game, but still do the right thing. Can't keep this secretive shit going on.
Man, you're such a good crew leader if you only had your own crew. Oh wait.
Who?
Never mind, it was a joke.
Yeah,
you.
Norris and Raikkonen, Magnussen, Grosjean, Alexander Albon, and George Russell, Kubica, and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid.
That was actually the picture you sent on Facebook with your Chevy. That was the first time I saw it in full glory. That's some nice looking rims you have on the car.
It came with those. Those are stock.
Oh man, that's a nice car, bro.
Do you know what the Z06 is?
Yeah, it's the Corvette, right?
That's a 200-mile-an-hour car.
Oh damn, yeah. I think they also used that one on Le Mans 24 Hours.
Yes.
A decade ago. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then what they did was, I think my car was out for 3 years. They put a supercharger on it, and they called it a 01.
Mm. I'm just wondering why they still use superchargers instead of turbos.
Turbo, they are getting better, but there's a lag. In the supercharger, there's no delay. When you step, you got power.
Ah, that's the reason.
Yeah, the turbos use the exhaust, so there's a. Let me tell you something. I shouldn't even be saying this because I think today they're almost compatible. But the turbos, they do run off the exhaust, yes?
Yeah.
Right. So with the supercharger, like, I had another car with a supercharger. I changed the injection so it sprayed more fuel.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed the wheel on the pulley and made it smaller, so now it spins quicker.
So it makes actually more RPM?
Horsepower. Yes.
Ah.
It's an insurance nightmare.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Cobalt, the SS Cobalt Chevy.
No.
I'll send a picture of it to you. Dude, I never lost with that car. I used to race it a lot on the street. The car weighed
diesel over it.
Listen to me, the car weighed 2,000 pounds. It had 350 horses with a posi front wheel. The stick was a short throw. The gas tank only held 10 gallons. The battery was in the back. I mean, the car was made just for racing.
Yeah, definitely.
Chevy's answer to the, I don't want to say rice burners, but the foreign cars.
Yeah.
I got into a lot of trouble with that car.
I'm predicting the same from a new motorcycle. It's been tuned, and it's got 129 horsepower on the back wheel. Ah, bro,
But
I'm gonna get so much trouble.
You have a good head on your shoulders, and you're not a kid.
Yeah, I do.
You don't respect it. That's the only advice I could give you is respect it.
Yeah, back in like 10 years ago when I first wanted to get my driver license, I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't get a bike like that, but now I trust myself. I've never made any damage.
Yep, you're mature.
I'm not yeah, and I found out that I like the easy drives, you know, the little tours, just enjoy the view, the weather. I'm not all for speed. It's not my thing. Well, I like speed and I like driving fast, but not insanely fast. I like to have control over my machine and myself.
You're gonna have a lot of fun with that bike on the streets.
Oh, definitely. I will take it to a circuit one day. I will do I'll do a small course, one or 2 day course, and driving on the circuit. You know, for on my driving technique, to improve my driving technique. But the guy I'm buying it from, he told me that bike does 204. No, how much is it? 210 miles an hour easily on the highway. Is it 200 miles? I don't know.
Rick, I went. The fastest I went on my bike was around 125, and what happened was I don't have a flaring in front of me or a shield.
Yeah.
So I felt the wind trying to push me off the bike. And that scared me. You know, my body was breaking the wind. You know what I'm saying? Like I was holding on for dear life, and I was like, "That's enough for me."
Yeah. You come home with your head in your back pocket.
I don't need that.
So much wind.
Yeah. I'm not lying. There were times I've gone so fast for a while where you get like cramps in your neck the next day. You know, from the muscles holding your head forward. People don't realize you're wearing a full face helmet. The wind catches it. Your neck has got to keep it forward.
Yeah, I had a lot of troubles with my neck the first few weeks I drove my motorcycle. On the highway with a little wind, my head was like this, like a puppet, like all over the fucking place. But now, after a year and a half, my neck has gained some muscle, so I'm able to hold it much more steady than I did.
Condition.
Yeah.
And if you go, usually, like, you know, for the winter, when you jump back on in the summer, that'll happen again for a day or two, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing with your back. I don't know about you, but I get sometimes in my lower back.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with that because the seat on my bike is it's a really comfortable seating position. I had more trouble with my left hand using the clutch. It's a hydraulic clutch, and especially the old Ducatis. It's like you have, after an hour, my hand was just, all the power in my hand was just gone. It was just limp. I just couldn't do anything anymore. I had to stop. That was where I had to practice. So I was sitting all day at work and at home with this small device training my hand muscle and able to drive.
When you ride, you get pins and needles in your hands? You know what that means? You know what I'm saying to you?
You mean like the cramps?
Like tingling, like almost like the blood runs out of your fingers?
Yeah. And especially...
An old timer told me that's from holding on too tight.
Yeah, probably. Because I don't have it, I don't experience it that much for the last few months. Only if I take a really long drive. Because my motorcycle has a lot of vibration. It's an old 2-valve, 2-cylinder, so it's really low on revs, really low on RPM. So it's got a lot of vibration. And you feel it throughout all your body. I like it, but after a long drive, my hand is, you know, tinkling, my legs are tinkling. But I need to learn sometimes I find myself cramped on my motorcycle sometimes, and then I'm getting conscious of that, and then I'll relax, and it's much easier to drive the motorcycle. And now I know what they mean with this, with my first driver lesson, when they keep drilling you, relax on the bike, don't cramp your steer, otherwise it's just a hell to drive a motorcycle. But we're learning, we're still learning. I sometimes forget it's only my second season.
Out in front.
I'm sending you a couple of pictures.
Alright.
La la la.
We're 3 places above our expected result, 3 places above objective now.
Mixed production, I guess. The water. Sheep need water. Pigs need water. Oh, it's a heavy bitch, this. I checked the package today, IROC, it still says last known place, Jamaica.
What do I do if that gets sent to you? I mean, I think you could eat everything.
Oh.
The only thing you'd have to worry about is the Twinkies, and there was a couple of little cakes. But all the candies, you could eat.
Yeah. That is fuckery, though.
Dude.
What car is this?
What happens if... Excuse
Oh,
me?
it's a Chevy. Oh no, I see. It's a Chevy that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Dude, that car was crazy fast.
What happens if they send it back to you? Then you're gonna have to fucking tell them, look, you owe me money and I'm sending it back for free, fucker.
No, then I would re-up. I wouldn't send those cakes to you. I wouldn't do that.
Right, if they're in date, it doesn't matter.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. That's me.
Well, you can send them and a new package.
The car is 7 seconds.
Okay, that I'll do.
Okay, there we fucking go then. And then when Rake and Luco come, I'll share them with them.
Nah, they'll be gone by the time.
Oh, well, you wouldn't be surprised that Luco and me are talking about meeting up sooner rather than later, because we can move in this country and we can still socially distance and chill.
Yeah, that's true.
So, fuck society.
Ah, it's like a nice little fast car there. I like the red.
Right, the black stripes I had painted on there. I paid it.
Yeah.
An artist. Those aren't stickers. He painted them, and I don't know if you can tell in the picture, but in the front stripes, there's ghost flames in it.
No, I can't see. Well, I can.
Dude, listen. It had a header, catback exhaust with a racing muffler. That car sounded louder than most V8s.
Yeah, I can imagine.
When you heard that car, that's why everybody raced me. As soon as they heard it, they wanted to run it.
Yeah, what engine did it have? Does it have?
It was a 2.2. It's a 4-cylinder.
Well, those are fucking quick.
Dude, like I said, it came with a supercharger, right? It came with
exactly.
It came with 260 horses. So what I did was, Chevy offered performance parts. I got bigger fuel injectors, a smaller wheel for the pulley.
Yeah.
And I put the header on. Like I was telling you, it's a polished header right off the motor, the exhaust.
Yeah.
And that brought it up to, and I did the intake, the air intake, one of those K&Ns.
Yeah.
So I had 350 horses at the front wheel. And that car had, it was a weird deal for front wheel drive. It had a posi front.
Yeah, I can imagine. 350 horsepower and a 2,000 pound small sedan. Yeah, that'll go. Yeah.
Dude, the pull on that car, every time I got somebody in it, I'd make them go, I'd make them scream.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a nice looking car.
Dude, I raced a group of kids. I raced a bunch of kids on motorcycles one night, and they beat me, but I was on their ass. When we got to the next light, they all flipped their lids, and they're like, what the fuck is under the hood of that car? They got a kick out of it.
I've actually never seen a car like this.
Dude, I was always getting pulled over. Every time I got pulled over, the cop would tell me, the tinted windows, but...
Yeah.
The car, it sounded bad. Let me tell you, you knew the car was trouble.
Yeah, if I saw this car pulling next to me in a traffic light, you know, you're revving the throttle a little bit, I'd say, okay.
Rick, I have a video of me stepping on the gas. I taped it. I got to somehow do a WhatsApp thing with you so I can send it to you. Then you'll get an idea.
Definitely. I want to hear. I want to hear how it sounds.
Yeah, it was badass.
Because sometimes I tell you, man, the 4-cylinder engines they can sound so much better than any V6 or V8. Sometimes they sound really, really good. I like them.
But if you could get that kind of horsepower, which they are now, like 350, and then I'm sure if I spent more money, you could probably go even higher. But think about it, right? You're up in the V8, but without the weight of a V8 engine.
Exactly. Yeah. It looks a bit like the car Lester drives in GTA, but then tuned in red. Way more powerful.
Dude, the speedometer went up to 160 on that car. I had it pinned at 150. It wouldn't go any faster. Now, I have a Corvette that's capable of 200 miles an hour, and I've only gone 90.
Pussy.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the Vette, no doubt. I don't want to be one of them guys on the fucking YouTube video wrapped around a pole.
No. Just, you know, be careful with that car.
Dude, that's like NASCAR horsepower. You know, 70 miles an hour, you could fucking spin the rear tires. You're in trouble.
Yeah, because that's a big V8, right? What's in the Chevy? And the other one.
Yeah, that's got a 427. I did a little bit of work to that. That sucker's almost at 600. But that's it. You don't need to go anymore. I just at the end of last summer, I bought a set of gummy tires for it.
Well, you know what they say. I told my friends and my family I was going to buy a new motorcycle, and they were like, "Well, what kind of engine does it have? Why did you want a new one?" I said, "Well, it's much faster, and it's actually a racing version of it, but you don't have to race it. It's still comfortable. It's just got some racing parts and some improved engine parts." They were like, "Well, your old engine was already nearly a 1-liter engine, so it was already quick." I was, yeah, I know, but it's not about that you want to have more power, but it's the ability to have a little more power, which sometimes comes in handy. You know, if I would like to speed up a little quicker than I am able to with this bike, then I can. It's not that I constantly race these things, but you'll notice a difference between 400 and 600 horsepower. It's not like 400 is not you know, it's not enough, but 600 suits the car much better. The driving style, and some people just don't understand that.
We're men. We want bigger, faster.
We're men. We want comfort.
Want it all. Want it all.
Yeah. I'm precious. Oh man. And just we're at the risk of the end of the combustion era.
Yeah. Hey,
but,
make no mistake, these electric cars, they're gonna be badass, man.
Well, have you I'm really interested in reading a lot about these hydrogen combustion engines. So the engine basically will still have the engine sound like we used to, but it's clean, zero emission, and it runs on hydrogen, and it's not electrical. So I'm gonna put my money on that.
I hear you. I just have a feeling the future is electric. I'm just saying.
I think that's not possible. I think we don't have a sufficient what do you call it? We don't have sufficient supplies to let the whole world run electric. It's just not simply possible. We don't have the batteries yet. We're getting closer. We're probably getting closer.
Agree. Yeah.
But I think it will
That's
be
why
a combination of internal combustion engines. It might still be a little bit fuel, but it might also be the most part will be hydrogen, and the part will be electrical. That's what I think it's going to be like. At least I hope. Because I cannot live with the fact that we cannot have engine sounds anymore.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do if I don't have to plug in earplugs in when I'm driving a motorcycle? Is that gonna happen?
Greg, I can't tell you how many times, like, when you get close to the racetrack, I don't care what it is, you know, racing oval, drag strip, motorcycles. When you're when you hear those engines, like someone's on the track opening up their motor, you know, top end, and you're in the distance and you hear that, it's like,
Man, I'm getting the chills, bro. I find myself so many times looking on YouTube. They have this. There's a guy who he records like the old Formula One Ferraris, like all the classical cars, the Mazda 787 on track in Italy. I think it's Imola, and he has put up a 360-degree sound system. So when you put on your headphone, it's a 20 minute of pure music, just pure Enzy music. That's oh man, that gives me the chills. But someday our kids will grow up without. They'll find it completely normal.
I gotta send you pictures, Captain. I got a bunch of shit I got planned. She bought a bunch of tomatoes, peppers.
We think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes.
What happened to the 20-minute thing? What vegetables did you get in?
She got a couple different types of tomatoes. She got a couple of peppers.
Not you, I was asking Abby what she put in the risotto.
Oh.
I'm asking you, and Iroc's telling me what Miriam's bought him for fucking planting.
Let's turn up the US deployment and burn some of this energy.
Stupid. Fucking lunatics.
Where's the mad one? He's usually around now.
Mad Warrior?
Yeah.
Hopefully he's having a fucking night off. Chat's too much shit.
Let's box this lap. Lewis is in for a stop.
this. Fuck.
Box this lap, please. Complete, go now.
Exactly what I planned.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
His birthday's coming up.
Oh yeah?
I haven't seen the guy in weeks.
He's busy with his fucking school.
That's a new fastest lap for the race.
better go down pit road.
We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
Oh shit, it's too early. It's too early.
Okay, we should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care when you load them up. Dry seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. we're still on the right tyres for the time being. Okay, tyres still looking good, Nick. Let's keep them that way for as long as we can.
Oh, there it is.
Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Gotta be fucking kidding me, Jeff. Ah, fucking miss it
We're leading our
again.
teammate by 19.0 seconds. The tyre situation is an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got right now. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I'm gonna take the high entry. There we go. Ooh, fuck.
You're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
10 more minutes of rain, my ass, dude.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Ooh, shit.
Left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now. Dries or inters.
Fuck it, I'ma stay out, cause I don't wanna lose time. Ain't nobody going down pit road. I ain't doing it.
The gap behind us is 23.9 seconds.
Oh, hell no, I'm riding this out, cause I'll lose all that on pit road. Just one more last
Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
Y'all finally disabled DRS. Wow. Fucking idiots. That's the better way. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Woo! I ain't fucking that one up. Gotta go leave me for that one.
This is your final lap of the race.
Fuck you, Jeff. I hope when 2020 come out, they fire your ass.
What do you think is what's going to happen in the drivers' market?
To who?
What's going to happen in the drivers' market?
For who?
Ferrari. Vettel. She plays a bet in that.
Caution. The gap to the car behind is 25.6
Somebody
seconds.
stop.
Green flag.
I don't know. It wouldn't be Nico Hülkenberg.
I think he'll quit the F1. He's going to do something.
Alright, get this shit from up under me. Fuck that.
Great drive. We did it. Good job.
Fuck you, man. That strategy was rough, but it worked.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it's fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So let's review the updated driver's standings. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton, the multiple world champion. I think a boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ants, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
great work out there. Let's have your thoughts. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win? Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it? Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today? Great. Well, that's everything.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium. Okay, that proposal looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend.
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
I'll be right back.
All right.